Vince is cooking up for us.
I'm cooking up something that Jimmy Kennedy here from the River Run Restaurant in Vermont tells me he never even cooked up. What is it?
Well, we're going to make some cheddar grit cake and pimento and cheese tapas.
No, say that again, one more time.
Cheddar grit cake and pimento and cheese tapas.
Oh man. Okay. So
and,
tell us what's going to go in it.
Okay. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to take the cheddar grit cakes and pimento and cheese and make them. We're going to add a little Spanish flair to these southern delicacies and make them up for a Super Bowl appetizer.
All right. So what exactly is going to go in it? So obviously cheese is going to go in it.
We got cheese, we got grits, Cabot cheddar, award-winning Cabot cheddar.
All right.
And we also have the cheese and the pimento and cheese, which is a staple in kitchens in the South.
In the South. Well, and the grits as well.
Yeah, right.
Now tell us how you're going to cook the grits.
We're just going to boil them up and put some cheese in them. Spoon them out in a
Any butter in them or anything?
Nope.
No butter in the grits.
Put cheese and a little bit of salt, and that's it.
A little bit of salt,
and
that's
cheese,
it.
Of course. Yeah.
Now you think this is a good dish for the Super Bowl?
I think it's going to be a great dish. One thing is, I doubt very seriously, as you said, that anyone's ever had them before.
Yeah.
Plus, you're supporting your local farmers' economy by buying local.
Absolutely. Yeah. What do we got? Cabot cheese here. You know, of course, it's great cheese here.
It's the best.
Yeah, it is. I've had it before, and we got some here. I'm going to have a little bit now.
Yourself.
Now we got football. Last
nice?
station I worked at, I was having a catch with somebody. I hit him in the head. I got in trouble.
You got a good arm, I guess.
So I got to put the football down so I don't hit anybody with the football.
All righty.
How long is this going to take to cook real quick?
Well, the pimento and cheese takes about 30 seconds to make it super easy.
All right, super easy.
And
that's what I like.
Grit cakes, probably just a few minutes. And we got to let them cool a little bit.
Okay.
But then once we assemble them, it's just enjoy.
Fantastic. That's what we like. We like to enjoy football, Sunday, grit, cakes. We got it all. Jimmy Kennedy, he's up north. He got a southern accent. We got all hell breaking loose here. Back to you guys.
I like that accent.
Yeah, what's happening? All right, Courtney, thank you. We're so excited to have a brand new restaurant with us in the Roadshow Kitchen today, the River Run Restaurant, all the way in Vermont, coming down to Rhode Island today. We get Jimmy Kennedy here to show us a really interesting recipe for Super Bowl Sunday. We're going to be making a pimento cheese tapas spread to put on top of grit cakes, right?
That's right. That's what we're going to do right now.
All right, let's start mixing. What do we got here?
It's very, very simple, like I said earlier. And pimento and cheese is typically used as a sandwich spread in the South. More often than not on soft white bread, and it's really good. But feel free to use, your favorite local bread. Just go ahead and put that right in.
All right, so we've got a Cabot cheese, of course,
right? We have 4 cups of the award-winning Cabot cheddar.
And this is just mayo?
Yep.
Okay. I have to tell you,
you can use low fat or use regular. Either one's fine.
Oh, so you could lighten it up a little bit.
And then we got roasted red peppers, pimentos.
Yep.
And then just a little sugar, a little pepper, and a little salt, and blend that right up.
Blend it together. I have to tell you, I have a real warm spot in my heart for Vermont. Went to college there. Actually used to work up there. Went to the Cabot plant to go take the tour.
It's a great tour for sure.
Great cheese. Who doesn't love cheese, honestly?
Yeah, it's the best, like I said. And all these recipes will be on your website, the Roadshow website, as well as Cabot's, which is cabotcheese.coop, C-O-O-P.
All right, great. And Jimmy Kennedy is going to be back in just a couple of minutes to actually make the bottom part of the recipe so we can get ready to enjoy it for the Super Bowl. Let's head it back to you now.
Hey, thanks very much. Back in the Roadshow restaurant. And I got to tell you something. I like this guy.
This
is the first time I've met this man. His name is Jimmy Kennedy. Where are you from down south originally?
Mississippi, Tupelo.
Mississippi. Ole Miss man.
That's right. That's where I went to school.
And now he's in Vermont.
And then he came up to Vermont, and now he's cooking with cheese. And he's bringing footballs with us, and he's bringing grits. Now, when I asked him about this dish that he's going to tell us about, I said, Jimmy, you ever make this? And he goes, no.
True honesty.
There's a first time for everything.
So it's a first time for everything, so we're going to find out.
We're learning with you.
Well, we try to be as creative as we can, and I think that's what we've done with this recipe.
Well, this is pretty easy. I mean, we're talking minimal ingredients here, but probably a lot of flavor.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for. It's super easy to make, and it's great. And like I said, it's pretty unique. I don't think any of your friends would be having this for Super Bowl.
So
you're from Ole Miss, right? And of course, football's huge down there. You got
everything.
Ole Miss SEC.
Yes.
SEC down there. So we've got the Pro Bowl this weekend, and we got Super Bowl the week after that. So we got some perfect food for this.
That's what we're doing. We have these little football-shaped cookie cutters.
He loves the cookie cutters. He was telling us during the break. He loves them. So during the break, he got some water boiling.
Yes.
We started dumping a little bit of the corn.
Why don't you go ahead and add the rest of the grits to that?
Oh, grit. Oh, this is just grits. Okay.
These take just a few minutes. What we have is about 4 cups of water.
Yeah.
Should I just dump the whole thing in?
Go for it.
Okay.
Can you do that, Danielle, that from my cousin Vinny. My biological clock is ticking.
My biological clock is ticking. I know. Look at that. Oh my gosh, so fast.
These thicken up really fast because we're using more grits than you normally would, say, if you're just having like a bowl of regular grits.
Tell me what a grit is.
A grit is coarse ground cornmeal, basically. And if you use hominy grit, it's been dehulled.
Right.
But it's a lot like polenta that way, but we call it grits in the
You know what I love about having you
Let's
here
do this
is
one,
talking a little bit about Vermont and how you have a regular clientele that comes in every day.
Yes,
Catfish, huge thing at your River Run restaurant.
We sell more
and for people
catfish.
who don't know, let's say they want to make a day trip up to Vermont. Where are you located, just so they have a landmark?
We're in Plainfield, which is right near Montpelier. It's probably a good landmark.
About how far is that from here?
Took me about 3.5 hours.
About 3.5.
Maybe
okay.
4.
Well, you know what? I like you, so I would make the drive.
I would do it too. All right, all the whole cheese?
Go for it.
And again, this is Cabot. What kind of cheese?
This is seriously sharp.
Sharp.
And I tried
Sharp.
that.
Oh, I love
So
that.
Cabot's, Cabot's won like every major tasting award
They have.
for
They're
their
super
cheese.
Okay. Dumping
Just
that
stir
in.
that in. A lot of times right now, as you can see, this starts getting a little gummy.
Right, it starts getting a little thick.
We'll take a spoon on the cheese step.
And you know, it's
right over there.
perfect that you're here in the morning time because Jimmy was telling us his favorite meal to cook is breakfast.
That's
I can
what we're
just
known
imagine
for.
waking up on a Vermont morning, the rolling green hills of Vermont, walking into the River Run.
Well,
I want to make a trip up there.
You have to.
You know?
Just call me before you come.
All right, I will.
I'm there.
Well, Danielle and I were just talking before we came out here. You know, I've never been to Mississippi, but I love New Orleans.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with the breakfast. You know, they love the breakfast down there. So.
And it's not just boring. You do a lot of interesting, unique stuff you said on your menu there for breakfast.
We
which is
do.
great.
It's kind of like dinner for breakfast. We'll do catfish, ribs, fried oysters, whatever.
Nice.
Oh.
Well, here we go.
Absolutely.
All right,
That's
so you've
all
got
it
that
is.
mix.
Now, do we
You've
dip
already-
chips or anything in it?
Well, I'm
Is
going to
there
show
any
you how to
dip?
use this thing. We take
There's
the
no
grits.
dip. You
And
get
basically,
I don't know.
basically what we're going to do is we just put it into a sheet pan or a baking dish, and I'll let this cool a couple hours, and overnight's even okay too.
Okay.
So won't you go ahead?
But do we let it
Get
cool
this.
outside or we put it in the fridge?
Fridge is probably best.
Okay.
It will work either way.
football. All right, so we're going to take the football.
Go for it. Cut us out some footballs.
Now, what is this?
This is pimento and cheese.
Okay, and that's going to go on top.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hence
it's really
the tapas.
sticky there,
That's
Jimmy.
hence the tapas.
You can get it out of there.
I can't. I see.
got
I made the
graduated from
mistake of like
college.
jamming it in the
You
middle.
got it. You got it.
There we go. Okay.
Come on, Daniel.
Push it out. I did wash the hands, so there we go.
There you go.
And just a couple more.
Okay.
And
All right, we're coming down to a minute, so let's hurry this up, Daniel.
How much will this make? Probably like 10?
yeah,
All right.
but we can
There you go.
skip in.
Put the topping on it.
This is the topping. You can pan fry these too, like quickly. Just a little sear on either
brown?
side.
Yeah.
Let me give you
go.
a fork
Yes,
here.
I will take one. Thank you, darling.
All right, there we go.
Let's try a little bite. You know what I love about this? It's
What's that?
it's kind of like a feminine sort of dish for Super Bowl. It's not your manly
wow.
like Vince with his gobs of dip everywhere.
Well,
Try this little.
if it's feminine, I ain't eating it.
It is feminine. I really like it.
All right, well,
Why don't you try
Let's
it?
see how
Vince?
I'm coming over.
What am I tasting? Oh, it's the pimento. It's the roasted red peppers I can really taste. Sorry, as I breathe all over you.
I need that eye. That's all right.
Oh, did I poke you?
Yeah, you know, I kind of needed to read the prompter.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Excuse me.
I think the pan frying that would be really good.
You can lightly pan fry them, and that's kind of what the Super Bowl party platter is going to look like.
Jimmy Kennedy, you're the man.
Thank you.
River Run in Vermont, Plainfield. Thank you so much for
Fantastic.
coming
Thank
down.
you,
We had a
guys.
great time
Appreciate
with
it.
you.
I love you. You got a great personality. You're gonna go places. Back to you guys.